Welcome to the Geeks, 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Will.
This is Steve.
And this is Sean.
And tonight we're
Holy
reviewing... yeah. Sean has joined us from probably one of the best movies we're going to review. And tonight we're reviewing The Blackening from 2022. But I thought, didn't it just come out this year? Didn't it just come out a few months ago?
Oh, it did too.
I'm pretty sure it's 2023.
Well, it says on IMDb 2022, so...
No, I could be wrong.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to come out early. I don't know. But for those of you who have not been with us before, we will play for you our rating system.
There's a rating system in place that we like to call 0 to 0. If whatever horror movie we're reviewing is terrifying only to the most infantile who get nightmares from PG-13 reboots, it gets a 0. If it's a gorgasm-inducing slaughter party that satiates your most devious and monstrous desires, it gets a hero.
7 friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had abilities of, I don't know, but okay.
Yeah, that's what the
Didn't seem like it to me. It seemed like they were just in the heat of
I
shit.
learned a lot
Did you?
watching this.
So I was gonna say,
curious to know what you learned from this.
I didn't know how black people could talk with your minds.
mind talk.
Yeah,
It's the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Never mind. Let's just get in. Let's just get in.
All right. Well, I figured we couldn't review this movie without Sean. I mean,
Yo,
It would be really weird if we did.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch it. You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm leaving. I want to hear the review afterwards.
All right. Well, Steve, what did you think of The Blackening?
Oh, I give The Blackening a hero. I thought it was hilarious. I liked pretty much all the characters. They were also different. I knew something was up with that Clifton cat, though. I knew it. But
that gave it away from like minute
get-go.
1. Yeah.
But I really liked the concept of the game, the trivia. I thought that was really cool.
I did not like that concept at all.
Well, I'm not the the premise of the movie. Like you get locked in. Okay.
Of course, you would like that, Steve.
Yes. Steve's a big raises. Yes. Make your jokes. I thought it was a cool premise for it's kind of like Saw. You got that main character, that thing, and it's like it. I liked the voice. It was creepy. It was a cool take. So I liked all that. Sparse on the deaths in this movie, very few. But I like Diedrich Bader in there. I thought he was fun. I had a really good time. So hero for me. Without getting into spoilers, I want to talk about specific scenes and stuff. But
yeah,
hello.
Yeah, it's a hero for me too. I was loving it. I was texting Jarvis to send him the link by other means. I'm like, Jarvis, you got to watch this with Jamie. My buddy Dan watched it in our text chain. We were talking about it. Like it's really, really fun. Steve, it is exactly trying to riff on Saw and some other, horror movies, of course. But I did enjoy that. There's some hilarious scenes and lines, lines that you might miss if you weren't paying fully attention. And Clifton actually has one of the funniest lines in the movie, and I'll go back to say it when we go through spoilers. I was dying early on when he said that.
He said twice.
Twice.
No, when he was talking about the Ouija board, he's like, I tried to summon Gary Coleman last week, and he was not happy. And I was just like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. It was so funny. It was a great movie. Great premise, funny premise. But I agree with you, Steve. I kind of wish for a little bit more of the horror element, because the whole group, it's yeah. But again,
it was supposed to be that way.
No, I know. because of the type of story it was telling. So, but yeah, it's hero for me. So Sean.
Yeah, I give it a hero. It was good. It was worth what it was. I was like, oh, this is not bad. It was actually okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it. I knew everything, but
They're getting together for their annual Juneteenth celebration.
I ain't getting together with nobody for no Juneteenth celebration, but all right, okay, that's their thing. That's their thing. Overall, it was great. It was a great movie. Yeah, girls were cute as shit though. The girls were cute, so that was good. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah. I like the in jokes too, man. Like, he's looking at that picture of the zebra and he looks at another girl and he's like, "Hey, is this?" I was like,
"Yeah."
I was like, "Come on, man."
All right, let's get into some spoilers.
Spoilers.
I mean, it starts off, pretty scary, pretty intense, right? Like, so that's where I was like, oh, where are we going with this? Like the two are in the house setting everything up for the party, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like I would say like an opening of Scream, right? Like you're introduced to two characters and boom, they're in it and they're in the thick of it and
immediately
virtually take it out. Yeah.
I like the trivia aspect is what I was really latching onto. I liked when there was like name a black character that survived a horror movie. And one guy was like Mekhi Phifer in Scream 2. I was like, shut the fuck up.
I was like, Busta Rhymes.
I was like, come on, man, he's the first one to die.
Busta Rhymes H2O.
That's right.
Oh, that is the wrong movie. Busta Rhymes was Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, Resurrection.
He did live, but yeah.
And so did LL Cool J.
That's what I said. That was my answer. I was like, LL
My
Cool J and
answer
Deep Blue
was
Sea.
Brandy in I Know What You Did Last Summer too.
Yeah.
So that was my answer. And there's Mekhi Phifer because he was in that one. He died with a hook in his face.
No, I know that was bad.
But yeah, I mean that was funny though. That was a funny question because all of a sudden, I could see a lot of people stumbling like this person. And when he said that too from Scream, I was like they're the first people that died, him and Jada.
I was like, wrong.
He's dead.
Dumbass.
And I like the idea with the arrow, the arrow gun thing because that's different. I haven't seen a horror movie really use that. The crossbow.
No, that being like the main weapon of a killer. No, but I thought that it was effective. Like it's effective as a joke when one guy gets shot in the same spot twice.
And then he pulls it out and just stabs. I was like, what the fuck?
I like how everybody was questioning her the whole time. They're like, how the fuck did that happen? She's like, I was just trying to help. That was all good. I thought the funniest one was like, they were like, pick the blackest among you or whatever, and their conversations, they were like that one, the mixed race girl, and they were like, you're the blackest, and she was like, what the fuck? You guys are always talking about how white I am. Now suddenly I'm the blackest. Like,
she was like, nigga, you from Africa. That's not as black as it's gonna get. She
said, you're motherland black. I was like,
yeah, she did. I was like, yeah, I would think that too. I wouldn't go any other way with that. I'm like, well, dude, you the blackest dude here. Like, real shit.
And they turn on Clifton right when he's like, I voted for Trump twice.
No, but the gay black dude was great. He was like, I'm gay. So he's like, that's a bunch of white dicks piled up in one. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's gross. But it was good though. He was actually good too. I actually enjoyed him. I enjoyed him as a character.
I liked him. I liked the big girl too. She was funny.
Oh, she was fucking great. She was swimming and shit.
she was always like no bullshitting too. Like when the killer was walking up the steps to get out, like she was the only one that shut the door.
That shit was great. What the fuck
are you guys doing?
Yo, when they were repeating everything and saying, "Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I'm gonna throw up."
Yeah. And then the other person, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
That was great.
Or when the guy said he told her to move back, I'm gonna shoot at the lock. And it's like, where is she gonna move back?
What happened? Did she ever?
They didn't show her death.
They didn't show her death.
They did. That was the last time anybody saw her on the movie, though, right? Yeah. She didn't come back.
No, she didn't come back. All you saw was the video, spoilers.
No, when she said Yo, when she said, "Girl, that is the fucking tightest weave I've seen," when she pulled her weave off.
They put a machine on her head to scalp her, and it just pulled her.
She was like, "Girl, that weave was tight."
And she dipped.
Oh man, that shit was great as a motherfucker, dog. I was like, "Oh, that's so true."
I love the cop. Deidre Bader's in there when they show up to the house, and he's like, "Oh, the Johnsons usually only rent to," and they're like, "White people." He's like, "Families." Like, that was all hilarious.
You can trust me, I'm one of the good ones. That's what they all say.
But even I was confused when they get into his car towards the end of the movie and like they find the mask in there. I was like, "Oh shit!" Even I was like, "I don't know if I would open that door either." But then he gets killed, so he was one of the good ones.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't have made it out of this movie.
That's what I was trying to flip by. The crazy scene was when the girl like went all Wolverine. I was like,
the one that was high on Adderall.
Yeah. They did a lot of drugs in this movie, and like, yeah, he's like, "Give me some painkillers," and she gives him Adderall. I was like, that is not good when they need to run from a killer.
I've never had Adderall. I didn't know the Adderall does that to you, like fucking makes you hallucinate and shit. That's wild.
I don't know either, but
I don't know either. Yo, she fucking that Wolverine shit was fucking great. I was like,
she fucking paints her face with mud. Holy shit! I like when he's like, "Oh, we just gotta swim across over there." He's like, "I can't swim." The girl's like, "You fucking stereotype."
It's so bad. It's so funny at the same time. It's like you don't want to laugh, but you have to laugh.
No, you gotta laugh. It was fucking. That's what it's made for. It was fucking great. It did a good job with this one. It was like, oh, this is what I feel like black people would do if they're. First of all, we wouldn't even be in that situation.
But they were. But they were, and you heard them all talking about it too.
It was like, God damn it! She's like, why the fuck would we come out here? I forgot they said something.
Why we in a cabin in the woods? This is not a cabin; it's a house. I love when she picked up the candlestick and he's yelling, "What are you in fucking Clue?"
She put that candlestick to work though.
She did.
Well, at one point the big guy was like shooting with the sideways, and I forget who it was. It was over and like
Clifton the hand.
That shit was great. I was like,
it was so quick. It was just like boop, and then he just took off.
Oh, that shit was good as shit, dog. Oh my god, this movie was good, man. Like it really was good.
And so it turns out, because there's more than one killer, so there's two killers.
Mm-hmm.
Clifton shows him get killed on video.
But then it does it.
Well, I mean, no, it was like a security camera, and like he got shot, and it shows the arrow in his chest. But like, I just didn't buy it. I didn't buy it for one hot second.
I knew it was Clifton.
The two killers, the two big killers that it ends up being, are like just two. We only saw one of the guys briefly for a quick second in a convenience store earlier, and then I guess there was twins, so there was two of them. But who cares? Like, it was neither here nor there. Like they both get kind of dealt with relatively easily.
Very easy. Yo, the funny shit was like, yo, you can't even fight. Yo.
Oh, I know. That dude was like injured, and he was like, "Oh, come on, you can't even fight, dude." Like, one arm is like, yeah. He was just drilling him. Oh,
him up. But then it makes me think: can serial killers fucking fight? Like, can those fucking guys kind of fight?
That's the thing. I don't think they were serial killers. Like, I think
they got hired by Clifton. They were just fucking.
They were paid $100.
Yo, he was like $100. He was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." He put it right
in his pocket.
They were all offended. They were like, "That's all."
That's what he said. He's like, "I'm offended," and then he puts the money in his pocket.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. Yo, what about
the big girl when she was swimming across when he was fighting the killer? She was like, "Hey, stop it! You better stop it! Stop it!"
But she made it though. She was swimming her ass off.
She got over there like Dave in the game. Right when the fight ended, she showed up.
Yeah.
We missed it too in the beginning when the one guy who got the arrow twice, and he's making the drinks, and he's got Kool-Aid and a whole bag of sugar and a vodka. I was just laughing. I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." Yeah. And then they were all yelling at him. They're like, "That's diabetes in a cup." What are you doing?
That shit was hilarious.
Diabetes is real.
I've had that shit before.
Oh, I mean, I've had it, so clearly that was all I grew up on. Sugar Kool-Aid.
Oh no, I'm talking about the drink.
Okay.
With the
No,
vodka.
I never had no shit like that. The part was when they were shooting the arrows and they got back in the car, but then they left and he was like, "Go without me." He was going without me. He's like, "All right, we're gonna go without you." He's like, "I really didn't mean it." But
They got all mad at them.
yeah, he was mad. And then he seen him in the vent. He's like, "Get the fuck up there."
He blew chunks in that one killer's face. It was all over him. Yeah. Anyways, it turns out that the killer ringleader was Clifton because back in college they made a joke because he didn't understand spades. That they pulled his black card. They said he wasn't black enough. And the most hilarious thing about that is when we were watching the movie, me and Rachel, and they were playing the card game. And they're like slamming things. I was like watching the card game. I'm like, what the fuck are they playing? Rachel's like, I don't know. I'm like, how did they win? I don't understand what's happening.
What, spades?
And then they were like, yeah. And then they were like, oh, you didn't know spades. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know spades.
You don't know spades?
I don't know spades.
Oh man, we used to play that shit in high school all the time, dog.
Like,
there was teams like, yo, it was real shit. There was like, yo, you had your fucking dude who played fucking spades. Like we played that shit at lunchtime. Yo, it was real shit. But you know what? All black people playing spades. You can't never find a white person playing spades. It's always black people. So you know how to play spades a little?
I know how. I just don't play it.
I don't think he knows how.
I don't think he knows how.
we didn't play internet spades.
Spades is the black thing, man. That's like real spade shit. Like real shit. I don't think I was even good at it. Like man, they was playing that shit like it was hard. Like they was playing for money at times, and I don't think I jumped in then, man. But I can play spades now though. So very interesting that you guys don't. I thought it's weird. I always thought that white people know how to play spades.
Maybe some of us do, but
I always thought it was kind of just like a card game. I didn't really realize it's a real black game. Like only black people play that shit.
Well, I'm not here to speak for the whole white race. I'm just saying, I don't know how to play it.
I just
what did you think of the board game? The
Sambo.
Right when they pulled that pick that lit up, I was just like, "Holy cow! It was going somewhere."
It was offensive.
Everything was offensive when they were asking the trivia questions.
But they owned it though. Like that's what I kind of liked about it. Like they all reflected on how offensive it was, and they were like,
when they asked the friends question and they were like, trick question, you should have been watching Living Single. I was like, yes, but
they came up with the 5 black people though. I couldn't think of one. I was like Ross's girlfriend.
That they did that they got that there. Gabriel Union was in it. That was pretty fun.
I don't remember any of it. I never watched fucking Friends. Like I've watched it in passing, but I couldn't tell you shit about Friends. I would literally be like, I probably would have said, no, motherfucker, I'm watching Living Single. And you know how I feel about that.
I know how you feel about it.
I've expressed this shit to you specifically.
I know you have.
I love when they were like recite the second verse to the Black National Anthem. And they were all just like
that shit.
They were all stumped.
I wouldn't even know that shit.
They're like there's 16 verses.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'd have been dead because I wouldn't have known that shit. There were things I knew, but it was just
was that weird math question that one guy got right too.
Oh, that was Nas. That was Nas' shit. Yo, he put that math together like that. I mean, I know the fucking song, but I don't know the fucking math to that shit. I was like, damn. I was like, I would have never knew that shit.
Even the game board was like, oh man, good job. It even gave him a compliment. He was like, yes, that's correct. I like your math.
Yeah, his math was on fucking point. I was like, damn, I know the song, but I ain't never fucking pointed out all the fucking Glocks and shit and everything else. I was like, damn, that was good.
And Clifton reading that nays.
Nice, and then
who was that? It was like I thought for sure, like at the end, he was gonna start talking in his normal voice, but he just kept that going throughout the whole thing.
No, that was his voice, and he had the thing because he was that car accident, so he killed that woman. So I mean, like the plot makes sense, right?
But
like
again, he gets
revenge,
right?
Green.
he gets dealt with relatively easily too.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I loved the variant too, where they're like they don't want to call the cops because they don't want to get shot, so they call the fire department and they get hosed.
That was so bad. That was so bad. And then the one guy changes into a yellow jumper, because it's like firemen are coming. And then the hose fucking blows him off screen. I was like,
for that. Yo, the real shit is motherfuckers probably wouldn't have called the cops. They be like, man, fuck that. I ain't calling the cops. I'm gonna think we did it. And they gonna fucking probably shoot us. And they got 2 white people in there dead. Fuck that shit. I wouldn't have called the guy. I'd have just left.
3. You got 3 because they got the part. They got Dietrich Bader and the twins.
Oh, and they got the. That's right.
So you got a person with the law dead, and the twins that own the house.
Oh man, I'd have left. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking out. Man, 3 white people dead. They already know we did it. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, and the murderers were dead. Fuck you. I'm out, nigga. I'm like, look, I'm in my car. I'm like, fuck this. You better catch me on my.
They can't. All the tires were blown out and everything.
There should have been a spare back there. Fuck that. I'd have put that spare right in the fucking car. Put a little spare on that bitch and been out. We didn't figure it out and fucking wait.
What the one guy should have done was call his white wife to come.
She
definitely has AAA,
but she may not have believed his ass. So who knows?
Yeah, I like that too. The whole time, like you were the thuggest one out of all of us. He's like, I know you got a gun, and he's like, no, I don't do that anymore. Then he runs and goes gets his gun.
Yeah, come on. And honestly, nobody would have fucking believed his ass. He was out there with 3 chicks, and it was like 3 dudes out there. They wouldn't have believed shit he said, man. His wife would have been like, "What you out there doing?" Like, no, fuck that.
All right, well there you go. The Blackening.
Superhero
might be the best movie of 31 days. We might have to release this to finish off the month. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steve. And until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.